Hi, I'm Dave Jones. I'm CEO of StormCenter Communications. We're a small business located just north of Washington, D.C. I'm here to talk not only about GeoConvergence, but about a recommendation that I have as a small business owner and founder for leveraging technologies that may have already been developed through federal government investments. So when we think about geoconvergence and we think about bringing academic sectors, private sectors, government agencies, and other organizations together to really solve problems quickly, that's a big picture item. That's something that this workshop is looking to address, NSF is looking to address from the federal investment side. And I wholeheartedly agree with it, and I think it's terrific. I would just like to offer some advice from the CEO of a small business who has gone through the process called Small Business Innovation Research, or SBIR in the federal circles as it's known. SBIR is America's multi-billion-dollar seed fund for high-risk investments. Investments that venture capitalists might not want to make, or private investors or corporate R&D efforts. They might not want to make that investment because it'll take new inventions and new technologies to be invented to get to the next step. Well, when the federal government makes that investment, it leads to some very successful technologies. For example, a phase one SBIR is to create a prototype. Phase two is after the government comes back and says this is indeed a unique technology, really meaning it's a new invention. They fund phase two to develop it. Then they can fund phase 2E or extended to do additional work to support that invention. And then finally, when a federal agency procures or issues a contract against that SBIR technology, it becomes phase 3. Phase 3 has a very unique status for small businesses. It means that any federal agency can procure or license the technology on a sole source basis with no predetermined ceiling on the contract or predetermined time limit. The federal agency can set it as long as they want. This is very significant because SBIR Phase 3 technologies also are supposed to mean and be open to every single federal agency, whether it's in the civil, intelligence, or defense sectors. That means that those sectors can leverage federal government investments and accelerate some things that they may want to do. So when we think about the geoconvergence aspect and bringing together academics, private companies, government agencies, I would recommend very strongly that SBIR be checked out, that NSF look into those databases, leverage the technologies that have been already invented, and don't let academics or universities or private corporations get investment to reinvent the wheel. That's not what SBIR is about. It's about letting small businesses invent and benefit from that invention. For example, GeoCollaborate is the technology that we invented. It connects disparate platforms together so we can access and share trusted geospatial and other data in a real-time collaborative environment. It places people on the same map at the same time looking at the same data. It's never been possible before. Sure, there's been screen sharing, but not geospatial data sharing. By connecting disparate systems together, we have disparate system interoperability, and we can now accelerate geoconvergence. So thank you for the GeoConvergence program. We look forward to participating in some form or fashion in the near future.